So as some of you may or may not know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And this is my personal belief and opinion is it kind of drives me nuts when I'm passionate about something. It drives me nuts that there are months and days to accentuate and elaborate on certain subjects, right? I think mental health should be a mental health awareness 365 days a year. Not just, I know we're all cautious of it, but not enough. And giving it a month is not enough because so many people with mental health issues, they battle with it day in and day out, every single day, 365 days a year, some days worse than others. So if you don't have mental health issues, I'm sure you know somebody that has, and it's terrible for anybody that does have them. It doesn't matter if it's mild, moderate, or severe. Having any kind of mental health is so detrimental to your body, your mind, your soul. My mental health, it's anxiety. I've had anxiety disorder since I remember my first anxiety attack. I was 18. Maybe I had some prior to that, but that was the first time it was like anxiety panic. And I've battled with it my entire life. I've battled it without medication. I tried natural things. I actually went on Celexa for about 9 months. And the first month, I actually liked it because the anxiety completely went away. And then after that, I weaned myself off because I didn't feel. And I'm very passionate about feeling. Like when I look outside, like right now, there's not a lot of them at the airport, but there's trees, right? So when I see things, I see color, I see nature, and I could stare at it for hours. And there's so much beauty in it. But I didn't have any of that feeling. It was just like, like everything was just okay. No sad, no happy, just flatlined. So there was no highs, there were no lows. The not having lows is phenomenal. Not having anxiety, phenomenal. But also going on the anxiety meds, and I only went on them because I was severe anxiety for days and months, and I shouldn't have gone on the medication. I should have dealt with the issues, and it was going through a divorce, and there was a lot of abuse towards the last year of the relationship. It was so extreme that I would cry in bed at night and I would pray to God that I woke up alive. And I don't mean just physical abuse, like verbal abuse and emotional abuse and all this other kind of, abuse is abuse, however you look at it. And I am very good at wiping things under the rug. So I wiped it under the rug, and I grabbed my kids and we left, lied, begged, borrowed, pleaded, cheated to get our way into an apartment somewhere safe. And, I was happy. Things were good until they're not good. So if you don't deal with issues head on, they will creep up later in life. And taking the Celexa was a desperate measure to make the anxiety go away, but I wasn't seeking the right kind of help to resolve the anxiety. So when I went off of the Celexa, I started going through the motions of actually dealing with the issues at hand, so they didn't come up later. So that's just one little minor story of my mental health. But let's talk about suicide. Let's talk about deeper mental health. I have never personally wanted to commit suicide, to end my life in any way, shape, or form. There's days where I've been like, oh my God, why am I even here? Like, what's the point of me being here? But not wanting to take myself out of this life, if that makes sense. Like, you're going through things, you're like, why am I going through this? Why am I going through? Why is life so hard? Why is life so hard? What is my purpose? That's where I'm getting at. But my personal experience with suicide, mental health, was my ex-husband. He's also my friend. He's also my son's dad. We have known each other for over 20 years. And the end of last year, he committed suicide. And it is still it's been 8 months, and it is so hard to this day. So I notice when there's still triggers, right? I've been seeking therapy many ways, actual regular therapists. So my eyes water when I talk about it. Regular therapist, holistic therapist, spiritual therapist. And my personal experience with having that happen to somebody that you're close to is nothing can prepare you for. And with all of the grief that goes through it, grief is going to come all different times, right? It's hard for me to fathom knowing that some people have, their mental health is so strong and they hide it so well that they don't want to live anymore. And that's where it drives me insane that we accentuate Mental Health Awareness Month for a month, because this is a personal person to me that dealt with it every single day of his life. And when you met him, when you talked to him, he does not have one enemy. Everybody loved that person. He was smiling, good to everybody, kind to everybody, and internally battling with himself so bad that he couldn't handle living anymore. And there's so many people like that. You know, you hear all of these stories, whether you personally know somebody, it affects all of us. You don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear, it's becoming more with teenagers and young kids. And you see just these, what you perceive as just a completely normal person. It could be me. You know, you see me as having 2 kids, raising my kids and living my life, and it's not perfect, but you see smiles and positivity, and I could be one of those people. I'm not. I am not, but you just never know. So I just want to say, regarding mental health, it is so serious and should not be taken lightly or just played upon for the month of May more than other times of the year, because people battle with it every single day. And if you personally have mental health, seek help. You know, I am not a therapist by any means, but you can comment, you can talk to me. I wish I knew that Mike was going through his issues. I know that it was a means to an end for him, and there's probably nothing, I tell myself there's nothing I could have done, but you still think that little bit of hope. What if there's something I could have done had I known? So check on people. The happiest of people can be the ones that are having the absolute hardest time. Don't just not celebrate it, but don't just talk about it for a month time frame. It's every single day. And I notice for myself, knowing somebody, I've known actually 3 people. 2 of my best friends committed suicide, and my ex-husband committed suicide. And the 2 people that did it, you wouldn't have known either. And I, to this day, when I watch a TV show or a movie, and, you know, when they're based off of true stories, or whether it's made up story, and at the end, you know, when they put the credits, and then if there's somebody that's suicidal on the show and they say, oh, seek help, here's a hotline, here's a number you can call. I noticed recently when I watch them, I tense up, I start grabbing my arm, my bracelet, the pillow, and I didn't realize I'm doing it, like, and then I start hyperventilating and everything gets tight and I start getting an anxiety attack. And I was like, okay, Kara, you are still clearly not healed from, you know, this suicidal thing that happened in your life. So mental health is serious stuff. I'm gonna make this video short because I'm picking up my friend from the airport right now, but I can talk, I can go on for a very long time about this, and I think that it deserves more time. So to be continued. If you or anybody you know suffers from mental health, seek help, reach out to a friend, anybody. Nobody is going to look down upon you, I promise you that. They are going to want to help you. There's people like me, like you, that you genuinely want people to succeed and feel good and happy inside, because your life matters. You are important, and all of that can change. And check on a friend, even if they're the happiest of friends. Check on them, because they might be the ones hurting the most. If you enjoy, subscribe, stay tuned for more. I have a lot to say about mental health.